And so now years later, I'm working on the Howard Stern show, and they do a story very similar to the one that I just told you. And it wasn't him, but they did this time. The FBI followed the guy down to the third world country and busted him on the way back. And I went on the air and I said, I used to know a guy that used to do that, and he made it seem like he was a big fat sweaty bouncer at this bar I used to hang out at. And Howard, yeah, whatever, get out of here. And then I literally went off the air. The first phone call that I picked up was like, Howard Stern show. You're talking about Big Tommy? I go, yeah. He's like, I got his number. Do you want to call him? I go, give me his number. And I call Big Tommy, and he picks up the phone, and I go, hey, Tommy, I don't know if you remember me, but it's Steve Grillo. Go, Steve Grillo. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. You're on the radio. I listen to Howard every day, and every time I hear your name, I tell everybody I know Steve Grillo since he was 17 years old. I said, listen, you remember you used to tell me about, tell everybody about going down to those vacations and shit? I said, he goes, yeah. I go, would you want to come on the air and tell Howard the story about what you did? He goes, as long as he doesn't use my name, no problem. So I'm all excited. This is a big deal. I transferred him through, and I said, the guy on the phone, I used a different name. Let's call him Big Mike. So Big Mike's on the phone. He's the bouncer that I was just telling you about. And the first thing Howard says, of course, is, oh, Grillo says you're a big, fat, sweaty guy. And I'm like, thanks for throwing me on the bus, motherfucker. So anyway, he goes on the air, and Howard kind of ripped him apart, and he got sick of him, and he threw him off the air. So that was that.